Hello and welcome to the Sacral Circle, where we are healing sexual trauma collectively and lovingly. I'm your host, Janie Terrazas, and I'll be interviewing women from all walks of life who have had to face a sexual tragedy or abuse in one form or another and triumphed over their adversity. On every episode, a guest will deliver inspirational support, words of comfort, and empowering healing advice. They'll courageously share how their experiences impacted their lives and what led them to face and conquer the blockages that kept them from fully reconnecting to their inner power and divine feminine sacredness. Be sure to subscribe to my podcast, The Sacral Circle. Just search The Sacred Stories on iTunes. To learn more about my coaching and healing services, visit JanieTerrazas.com. I want to thank our beautiful listeners for joining us today on The Sacral Circle, the self-love haven where we leave judgment at the door. And today I have the lovely Rebecka Eggers. She calls herself the Dream Midwife and is the creator of Dream Alchemy, the revelation story, a breathtakingly beautiful dream realization adventure for advanced seekers who stand ready to write the myths of victory for this age and to live by them. She's the creator of the Flair brand storytelling method. She's an author and has written several books, including Coming Alive, Spirituality, Activism, and Living Passionately in the Age of Global Domination. She is a meditation improv artist, a trained metaphysical minister, a coactive life coach, and a Reiki master. If you want to visit her website, go to www.dreamalchemy.vision. Thank you so much today for being with us. Rebecka, how are you?
I'm really good, really excited to do this, and a little bit nervous. I confess a little bit nervous because I'm going to be telling this story, I think, today in a whole different way than I've ever told it before. Like a new manifestation of the story is going to come through right here on your show.
This is part 2 of Rebecka Eggers' interview. If you didn't already listen to the powerful part 1, be sure to do so. On part 2, we'll talk more about her Coming Alive book, her Dream Alchemy Program, her Born to Break It hashtag, and the trail of tears she's healing. How is your Coming Alive book kind of tie into, Born to Break It, let's say, and the other work that you're doing?
Well, I put together something I called the How to Thrive in the Age of Madness cheat sheet. And here's how I blamed it on the cheat sheet. Coming alive is the what. What is this thing that we're dealing with? What does it look like to rise out of it? What is this new mythology that we have to create? And what does it mean to live by that mythology? So it's very analytical. It's a journey in and of itself, but it's this very analytical sort of unpacking of the system and the system's alternatives, where I use psychology, mythology, sorcery. I cite a lot the work of a Christian seer named Walter Wink, who did extensive work on the domination system and its origins. And I take you on a journey through breaking out of the domination paradigm, and I call it rising into the red sun morning, which is a place where passion and desire lead. And then I created this thing later that I didn't even understand really how it was connected myself, which is it's called my Trauma Alchemy Quiz, which is available on my website for free. This will tell you how you respond to the kind of stress we're under now, to the kind of stress you were under when you were abused. It gives you your primary trauma coping strategy, and it tells you how to begin transforming and normalizing that by activating other healthy responses. And then Dream Alchemy is the how of your purpose. So Dream Alchemy is coming alive turned into a journey through the Egyptian mysteries, which then eventually touch on the Christian and Kabbalistic mysteries, on into the telling of the story and the resonance. And the last piece, the seventh doorway, is the coming forth by day into resonance.
It encompasses so much, and it really is all the bits and pieces that you were talking about, like the mythology and the neurology, psychology, and then understanding these sort of old practices and rituals and all of these things. It's like connecting the dots and really giving you a holistic way of truly stepping out of the survival mode and into the thriving mode.
Absolutely. It is comprehensive. It is political. It is personal. It situates trauma within the system that gives rise to trauma, which is a system built on domination and subject-object dichotomies and hierarchies, in which one person is higher than another. It's emotional, it's spiritual, it's the whole picture, and it took me 7 years to construct it, and I didn't even know what I was constructing it for. I had no way, other than having predicted when I wrote Coming Alive, that if we didn't stop and eat what the Baba Yaga was serving, if we didn't take the underworld journey of reckoning with ourselves, then we were going to have an escalation of the pattern. I stated that in the book. But other than that, I had no idea what was coming. This sort of like tagline into the future.
No,
everything
I love it.
have been creating is for this moment in history.
I have to get my hands on this. If you could even feel like all of my chakras right now, oh my God, like my whole body, I'm just resonating, like I'm like speechless. I don't even want to talk right now. I just like want to just take this feeling in for just a moment. So just give me 1 second. Just like a collective sigh, like I feel like all of us could just take all of her words in, and her spirit, and her mission, and her passion, and her wisdom, her light, and just let that like beat in your heart for just 1 second, because mine is pounding like the drum. And now when I cry, it's almost like this cry of like relief that there's finally.
I'm going to start crying too.
I know, because it's like finally, it's like the medicine, the right one though, all the bits and pieces. And I know that you're not the only human on this planet that, has their version of what it is that you're like delivering. So I just want to like bow in deep gratitude for your commitment and for your life story, and honor your trauma and the abuse and all of it. And as I say that, I mean that collectively too for everybody. But Rebecka, you're an angel. You were born specifically to live the life that you live. I already know that you know that already, but just everything has been super divine about every breath you've taken, just as it has been for all of us. But you have done your work. You're like the reckoning, and you're an inspiration to me. I'm already on this path, and I already understand a lot of the stuff that you're talking about, but there's a lot of other stuff that you're bringing and you're adding. It's like the unpacking. I like that you use that word unpacking, because it's true. Like I always call these cords. There's cords, but within the cord, there's a bunch of strands, right, that make the thicker cord. And so I'm always talking about unraveling, but I like that you use the word like unpacking. It's time for us to unpack our trauma, see it, love it, honor it, comfort it, learn from it, and then go on and teach others. Be an example. And you're a perfect example of like what the Sacral Circle stands for. If in any way, shape, or form I can be of service for you and what it is that, just you being on my show already is like, I'm just super, I just feel like, I don't know, I guess my gratitude and my honor, I guess, just kind of like went up like a whole nother level.
Thank you.
Yes, and that I'd be like the first to be able to like give you a microphone, and I really hope that this audio is a really good recording, because it's really important stuff that you're talking about. So I think that go ahead.
I know that we're sort of running out of time, and I feel this kind of urgency to interject one more piece here and to honor it.
Please do. Yes.
So I'm just going to jump in here, and you can do with this what you feel is appropriate when you're editing. If it fits in, it fits in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I just want to return to that moment when I said that my daughter would walk free of it. When I left my corporate job, I went off to the mountains of Mexico, into the heart of the Zapatista rebellion, which is an indigenous rebellion in Chiapas. And I didn't know, I'm going to probably cry, I didn't know why that was where I was drawn. I knew some scattered facts, like that my mother was raised by her Native American grandmother, not by her parents. And I knew that my aunt had worked on the reservation as a teacher. I didn't know which reservation, and my mom was long dead by the time I wanted to ask, and I tried to find my aunt and ask her these questions as I was leaving for Chiapas, and she had died of breast cancer. So the name of the tribe was hidden from me. I couldn't find it. I asked my uncle, didn't know, wouldn't tell me. I asked my mother's aunt, my grandfather's sister, wouldn't tell me. Never thought to ask my brother during all of this time, even though he does genealogical research on our family, until my daughter had a school project this last week, and she was asking questions, and I thought, well, maybe he knows. So I emailed him and said, do you know the name of the tribe? Kind of expecting him not to know. And he wrote back a day later, and he gave me the name of the tribe. It was the Choctaw Indians. When I was there in that church, I did not know what the oppression was that I was breaking. I was breaking the oppression of the Trail of Tears. The Choctaw removal was the original Trail of Tears. It was later the Cherokee removal. And so when I created the Passion Path, I also did not know that what I was creating was the place where the Trail of Tears came to an end. This is what Coming Alive is all about. It's the point where the Trail of Tears comes to an end, and we are stepping onto the Passion Path as passionate warriors who are alive with life force and desire and purpose. And we are free of that oppression that carved into my bloodline, that carved into so many of our bloodlines through patriarchy, through the domination system in general. And so I just discovered the name of my great-grandmother's tribe this last week, and all the pieces fell into place of what exactly I was born to break. I was born to break it. We were born to break it.
Yes, I totally resonate with the Native American culture. When I started going on my journey, things were coming to me intuitively as well. And I was fortunate enough to get the name of, not through blood lineage, this was like through meditation or prayer, or then a fellow healer was validating it without me telling them. You know what I mean? It's like information like that starts coming to you. Found a book on Native Americans in my garage, this house that I was renting, that the week that I started getting all this information. And so, and they had a section in it about Lakota Dakotas in this book. And then like a week later, my mom out of nowhere never has gotten a book of prayers in the mail from a native tribe. And she got a book, Whispers of Prayers from the Lakota Dakota. So I keep having flashbacks of really horrible torture, sex kind of things that happened to me, and I don't know if, I guess it's a lifetime memory, right, that's coming forward of when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I'm like this little Native American girl, and I won't get into all the specifics of like the different memories that are coming to me, but it's horrific. It's horrific. And I'm just like freaking out right now, the fact that you're just like that you're talking about this and stuff, because this is what it is. And you have been blessed with the opportunity to actually create a program that kind of helps us understand this in a deeper way, plus give us, like you're a guide. You're not only a historian, but you're also like a spirit guide for everybody.
Thank you.
God. And I commend you for listening to that voice inside of yourself and going up to the altar and taking your daughter the way you did and taking back that like power. So beautiful. You are so beautiful. Thank you for your time. I mean, I know I've taken a lot more than we were planning on, but please take this moment, Rebecka, to, again, share your name, share how they can connect with you, your website.
RebeckaEggers.com is my main website, RebeckaEggers.com. The website for Dream Alchemy is dreamalchemy.vision. Very simple. And if you can't get my name, I should say that I also own thepassionpath.com, which is pointed right at my main domain, so thepassionpath.com. And you can find me on Twitter or Facebook, but just getting to one of my websites is the best way to get in touch with me. And I just want to invite everyone to come and touch into Dream Alchemy. I've made it really affordable. The first 30 days of the foundational material are free. After that, the foundational material is $24.70 a month, and the 7 doorways are $68 a month. I want this to be available to everyone who's ready to do the work. So I've tried to price it as accessibly as I possibly can. It's not a big dollar programs that I'm going to charge you thousands of dollars to get access to this information. This is for everyone.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much for making it affordable. Thank you for devoting so much of your time and your life to creating this for us. And I also want to take this moment to, again, give you gratitude. You are now officially a part of the Sacral Circle Sisterhood.
Thank you.
And thank you to our beautiful listeners for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the Sacred Stories podcast on iTunes, where you'll find other impactful, inspiring shows. Connect with me via our social media pages. You'll find us at the Sacral Circle. Your shares and likes are greatly appreciated because they help spread the love. If you have any questions about my coaching and healing services, visit my website at JanieTerrazas.com. As we say goodbye, always remember to know your worth and continue to love and value yourself wholeheartedly. Peace be with you.